So tell us about then the pink underwear and the green baloney. What's the story behind that? Are they true?
Well, of course it's true. I have to bring you
his legends are actually real.
Yeah, this isn't, to survive you have to make sure you got your ducks in order, right? Because everybody's after me.
So what's the origin of the pink underwear?
They were stealing the white underwear, smuggling the underwear out of the jail. So it was difficult to see a guy with 2-3 pairs on, so figure go pink, nobody wears pink. And so we know it's our underwear. That's the official reason. See, she's
got a pair there.
Got a pair.
Signed by Sheriff Joe.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that is excellent.
The other reason is they hate pink.
No, really?
I mean, they may like it in California, but they don't like it in Arizona. Did I say something wrong?
No,
I think everybody likes it. She likes it.
You need to stay here and run for governor is what you need to do.
Well, I may run for... Wait a minute. The governor signed the bill today. Of course, I may run for governor, so in a week I will make the decision.
Well, we want you for our governor.
Yeah. Can we borrow
Arizona.
you for...
I know, Arizona's where your roots are.
Now, you've come here, coincidentally, on an extraordinary day because on television, Governor Jan Brewer of Arizona signed the bill, which makes it a state misdemeanor to be an illegal alien and empowers local police if they have reasonable suspicion, to potentially apprehend the illegal aliens. How is this different than what you've been doing all these years with your posse?
Well, not much different, except it's a political year.
Right.
Yeah, John?
She's running for re-election.
So
that's what I'm saying. Have you already been doing this without this state law?
Yeah, I've been, the Obama administration started an investigation against me for, wait a minute, 60 days in office. They did it. 60 days.
60 days.
They sent 9 Justice Department people. They've been roaming around for a year and a half. They still don't have me yet, probably after this bill. But no, we've been doing it. My deputies, we have 100 well-trained by ICE, Homeland Security. They took away my authority, so I just trained 900 of my deputies, and we're doing the job. So we've arrested, investigated, detained 38,000.
38,000. How about that?
Now, try to put that record against L.A. County, or even this county. That's why I'm supporting Bill, because he's going to continue to fight that. So I'm very proud of what we've been doing, but I've been vilified. Reverend Sharpton came down to go against me. What's this singer, Ronstadt?
Linda Ronstadt, yeah.
She was there leading off 10,000 demonstrators, so I'm the poster boy.
No, nobody intimidates you. I mean, you saw Obama tried to intimidate Jan Brewer today with a speech this morning telling her she was being irresponsible and misguided and that these could be civil rights violations. But she stood up to him, and you've stood up to him, and I think that's terrific. I wish there were 1,000 of you, and I wish we had some guys like you here in California. Sheriff Joe, explain your posse all these years. You mentioned before that you've arrested, detained, or questioned 38,000 illegal aliens in I don't know how many years. What is it that you... How many?
3.
3? Oh, my God. You're busy.
Well, we do other things, too.
Yeah. So what's the definition of reasonable suspicion as far as your mandate to the sheriff's
Well, we've
deputies?
been doing it all along. My deputies are trained. Now with the new law, it almost forces the governments to allow the cops to be able to question someone that they suspect some crime.
Right.
And once you have a crime, whether it's a traffic violation or not, and there's suspicious activity, or you feel that they may be here illegally, you question them. If it shows that they are, you can lock them up now.
What triggers reasonable suspicion in your deputies?
Well, it all depends on the circumstance. whether I'm not going to get into all the criteria and the protocol over that, but police officers every day come across suspicious activity and know how to take action and how to develop the incident.
You know the main criticism from Obama and everybody else who hates this bill is that this is going to be racial profiling, that this is unconstitutional. You're going to be picking people out based on their skin color.
Well, 38,000 people we've done, and a handful of people claim racial profiling. A handful. Now, he sent his people down after me the first 60 days in office. The president did, to go after me.
Department of Justice.
That's right. Now, it's a year and a half later. With all the people we've arrested, how come nothing is happening? Because we don't racial profile. That's a cop-out by politicians and everybody else. When they know they can't stop you, they throw the race card at you. Just like the Channel 5 just did here a minute ago. Nothing against you, but that's all they can do. Throw the race card. So, once again, I'm not a police chief, which is a bureaucrat that has to report to some mayor or city council. When you're the elected sheriff, you take an oath of office, you should carry through on that.
Take heed on that, folks.
I guess one of the examples that has been pointed out this week, that is if you pull somebody over for a traffic stop and they don't have a driver's license, that in itself is reasonable suspicion, since most people do have a driver's license, and virtually all the illegal aliens, by definition, don't have a driver's license.
That's a reasonable suspicion right there. If you can't, you're allowed to ask someone their identification. Everybody knows that. So if you don't have it, and I presume that there's other variables, too. Maybe 10 guys hiding in a trunk. I would think suspicious. There's something fishy going on here. So, just use common sense, too.
What's illegal immigration done to the quality of life in Arizona? Because that's something that is not discussed enough.
I think it's great. I'm not going to take credit for it, but about 200,000 people have gone to California, and they're safe. Or back to Mexico, so I have to take some credit for that.
So you've improved the quality of life.
Well, I think when we raided McDonald's last month and grabbed 32 people working at McDonald's that are here illegally, and they all have phony IDs, I just opened up 22 vacancies for people that are here illegally.
Yeah. Oh, did Americans come in and take those jobs?
I would hope that the people are here legally, since we have an economic problem, and they're trying to put food on a table for their kids, that maybe they'll be able to get a job, because these jobs are all tied up with illegals because the employers want cheap labor, number one. And the reason this Obama and everybody is talking, because they want amnesty. Yeah, that's what they want. They want to legalize this situation, and employers don't want to lose their cheap labor. So this is a political situation, economic situation. By the way, I spent 4 years in Mexico City as head of the federal drug enforcement, plus Texas, plus Arizona. So I'm one guy that knows where Mexico is, although nobody will ask me my advice. Why doesn't the president call me to go back to the White House? He called that Cambridge police sergeant, drink some wine. Why doesn't he call me? And I'll be glad to talk to him about this problem.
Yeah. Is any of the violence from the Mexican drug cartel war?
Well, I'm so tired. Covering the border for 14 years is always let's secure the border. A 10-year-old knows how to say that. Let's secure the borders. We have violence and drugs. Yes, we do. Phoenix is number 2 in the world for kidnapping. Drugs? It's not drugs. It's illegal immigration, the violence, the drop houses. They don't want to talk about it.